Welcome to the Narratives Obscura channel, where hidden stories and untold tales come to life. Dive deep into the unknown and discover the secrets that history has left behind. If you like exploring the obscure, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I was a night security guard at an old, abandoned hospital on the outskirts of town. The hospital had been closed for decades, rumored to be haunted, but I never believed in ghosts. I took the job for the easy money, thinking it would just be a quiet place to read and pass the time. I was wrong. My first night was uneventful, just the usual creaks and groans of an old building settling. But as the weeks went on, strange things began to happen. It started with small things: footsteps echoing in empty hallways, doors creaking open on their own, and the flickering of lights. I brushed it off as my mind playing tricks on me, but deep down, I felt a growing unease. One night, as I made my rounds, I heard a faint crying coming from the pediatric ward. The sound was eerie, echoing through the empty corridors. I followed the sound, my flashlight cutting through the darkness. The crying led me to room 304, a room that had been locked since the hospital closed. The door was slightly ajar, and as I pushed it open, the crying stopped abruptly. The room was cold, much colder than the rest of the hospital. My breath formed visible puffs in the air. I scanned the room with my flashlight and saw a small, child-sized bed in the corner, covered in a dusty white sheet. On the wall above the bed was a faded mural of clowns and balloons, their colors dulled by time. As I approached the bed, I heard a whisper. It was faint, barely audible, but it sent chills down my spine. "Help me," it said. I froze, my flashlight shaking in my hand. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a shadow move. I turned quickly, but there was nothing there. Determined to find the source of the whisper, I lifted the sheet from the bed. Underneath was a tattered old doll, its eyes missing and its face cracked. I felt a sudden rush of cold air, and the whispering grew louder, more urgent. "Help me," it repeated. I grabbed the doll, hoping to find some clue. As I held it, the room grew even colder, and the whispers turned into desperate cries. I dropped the doll and ran out of the room, slamming the door behind me. The cries stopped, replaced by an eerie silence. That night, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. I kept glancing over my shoulder, expecting to see something lurking in the shadows. When my shift ended, I left the hospital as quickly as I could. The next day, I researched the history of the hospital. I discovered that room 304 had been the site of a tragic accident. A young girl named Emily had died there under mysterious circumstances. Her body was found clutching a doll, her face frozen in a look of terror. They said her spirit never left the room, forever seeking help. Determined to put an end to the haunting, I returned to the hospital the following night. I brought with me a small box of Emily's favorite things: flowers, a ribbon, and a letter I found in the archives, written by her mother. I placed the items on the bed, hoping to give her some peace. As I set the box down, I felt a presence behind me. I turned to see a faint, ghostly figure of a young girl. Her eyes were sad, her expression one of longing. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice soft and ethereal. I watched as her figure slowly faded, the room growing warmer. The whispers stopped, and for the first time in weeks, the hospital felt at peace. I left room 304, locking the door behind me, and made my way to the exit. That was my last night at the hospital. I quit the next day, unable to bear the thought of spending another night in that place. But I knew I had done the right thing. Emily's spirit was finally at rest, and the hospital could return to its silent slumber. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest mysteries. If you found this video intriguing, please like it and share it with other explorers. See you on your next adventure.